Hi, welcome back to Chow with Chow. I'm Katie, and today we're making something I've never made before, which is the milkbar birthday cake. A couple years ago, Vincent and I went to DC for his birthday, and we got the birthday cake truffles, which are like little cake balls. They were super good, and now we're going to make the 3-tier version. And I'm sure you've seen it. It's got like no frosting on the sides and 3 gorgeous layers that you can see, and those little crumb balls on top. So today we're going to be making a cake. We have to make a crumb, the soak, and frosting, and then we have to assemble the whole thing. And we're starting at 9 o'clock at night, so let's see what happens and let's see where our night takes us. So to start, we're combining a couple of ingredients together, and I have some butter. So with our paddle attachment, we're gonna whip up some butter, room temperature of course, and I bought some shortening. Interesting. It's like a candle. Okay, 60 grams. In we go. And I am measuring out some granulated sugar. I think this was too small. Start over. Here we go. We have our light brown sugar, and it goes. Let's get started. All right, now I'm gonna pour in some eggs. I have 3 eggs going right in. Okay, that's gonna mix for 2 to 3 more minutes. So I'm gonna turn this on a low speed, and I have here homemade buttermilk, because I didn't have any buttermilk. So I just added some vinegar in with some milk, canola oil, and some vanilla extract. Okay, oh, touch the side. Careful, don't do that. So we need to mix this until it's about twice the size than what it was before. Should be a while. So that's been going for 4 to 6 minutes. But I'm sifting together some flour. I didn't have cake flour, so I just used regular flour plus a little cornstarch and a brand new box of sprinkles. Ooh, sprinkles. Need a 1/4 cup of sprinkles or more. And in we go, nice and slow, until just combined. We want a really fluffy cake, so we don't want to overmix it. Okay, that looks about ready. I'm gonna set the oven to 350. And I even went out and bought a special cake pan just for this. So this is a 1/4 cake pan, 1/4 sheet quarter sheet cake pan. I'm gonna spray it down with some cooking oil. Where is it? Oh no! Yeah, we'll clean that up later. But for now, we are going to gently pour it in to our pan. Okay. I don't know why I'm a little nervous. Oh, gorgeous. Oh, so many frostings sprinkles. Okay, it smells hecka good. Let me say that first. We're gonna take what we spilled and just sprinkle it all over the top. Okay, I'm gonna pop this in for about 35 minutes. And it should be nice and puffy, dense, happy cake, light, fluffy, all the adjectives. Okay. Before we get started on our frosting, we are going to make the birthday cake soak. World's best teacher. This cup was way too big. I just poured like 3 spoonfuls of milk in here. That's literally, it was like 2 sips of milk. Our soak is in the fridge, and we're gonna work on our crumb next. So our crumb is basically like little balls of happiness. It's like a cookie, crunchy. We're gonna put them all inside our layers and then use it at the top as decoration and maybe snack on them as we go. Start off with some sugars. So I'm sifting together my ingredients for the flour because this isn't actually cake flour. Okay, obviously I'm not doing that good of a job. But it's not real cake flour, it's just regular all-purpose flour mixed with cornstarch. So they say if you want to pretend it's cake flour, you should sift it together so it's a little more homogeneous. I'm also adding in some baking powder, salt, and sprinkles.
3, 2, sway.
Now we're gonna add a heckaton of vanilla extract with some grapeseed oil. Again, canola oil. Mix it until it turns into little dough balls, little sandy balls. That sounds weird. We're gonna put this on a tray and then we'll bake it in the oven until they're all crispy and cute. Oh my gosh, look at it. It smells amazing. And just in time, because our cake crumbs are ready to go in. These are going at 300, so I lowered the temp. But while that's cooling, let's work on the frosting. So for our frosting, we're starting off with some room temperature butter that's just been sitting out here. And we also have some cream cheese and vegetable shortening going in as well. So this needs to be paddled together. Look how fluffy it is. Once again, I'm skipping two things. One of them is corn syrup and one of them is glucose. So I'm just gonna add in vanilla at this step. A tablespoon of vanilla, that is a lot. Now we're gonna scrape down the sides of the bowl and sprinkle in our confectioner's sugar. Again, I'm skipping one more thing. This is my last thing I'm skipping, I promise. It is citric acid, but if my cake totally fails, that's why. But overall, this is definitely the milkbar cake recipe. Very square shards. Oh my gosh. Could almost turn it upside down and it doesn't come out. Super light and fluffy. But our next step after this guy cools is we're gonna cut it and then assemble this cake. And the great reveal. Whoa! Why are there so many sprinkles right here? And now for the peel back. Oh, that's like a fruit cake. Oh, that's a little strange. Oh, this looks good. Don't look at that. You could say it's like a tie-dye cake. It's not confetti, it's like ball color. But maybe not the best. Okay, so we have all of our pieces here. I actually just stuck this in the freezer for like 10 minutes just so it'd be nice and cool, ready to work with. Now comes the tricky part, the assembly. It's the fun part, the tricky part. So you gotta get this mold. This is a 6-inch mold. And what we're gonna do is we're going to somehow cut pieces of cake from it, from this rectangle, and then use all the leftovers to like create a third circle. And let's just stamp out cake circle number 1. I'm just gonna go for it. Wish me luck. Cut number 2. Ooh. Oh my goodness, so beauty. Oh wow, oh gorgeous. Oh my goodness. Okay, and then let's get this circle out. Ooh, so I'm not gonna eat any of these edge pieces because I might actually need them. So when you're at home and making this, don't sneak the little edge pieces like we normally do because we might need them later. Okay, and then now let's cut our other bit. So as much as we can get on this side, we're gonna cut it down. And then flip this cutie around. Let's get that other side. All right, now that we have our semicircles, we're pretty much ready to assemble. Okay, so we need acetate, which is like a plastic, so then it can go up around the edges. I actually got this from a piece of art, like a 3-pack of canvases, I think. And it ended up being perfect. Boom! Don't have to spend however much it costs at a cooking supply store. Our first layer is our Frankenstein layer. So we're gonna start with this. I think I did a pretty good job squeezing in all those holes without like compacting it, you know? I still have quite a bit of cake left over. Oh, it's really fluffy. And it's less sweet than I imagined. Really good. All right. Milk soak. Get a little bit of your milk, actually a good amount. We wanna just kind of soak the top. Then we're gonna go for frosting. They say about 1/5 of your frosting. Estimating. This is about a fifth. Dollop that in there. Now, how might we spread out our frosting? This isn't gonna work, it's too tall. I have these, this spoon from a Korean restaurant. Nice and long. Wow, I'm so strong. So, in the milk bar videos, they always use this really silly spoon. So you can just use one of these. If you happen to have a spoon that you're just fine bending, bend that bad boy up, and then you can use it as a perfect little spreader. So here we go. Let's spread our frosting. That looks pretty even. Our next layer is going to be the crumbs. So I'm gonna sprinkle in some of these sandy bits. A little layer of crumbs all the way around. Now that we have our crumbs in, we're gonna do another layer of frosting to kind of seal those crumbs in. They're good. I took a little bite. They're like graham crackers. It like adds a little bit of a crunch in there. Oh! Okay, good. Make a nice layer. Get your ugliest of the two layers, and we're gonna repeat all that again for your second layer. How? Leap of faith. Oh my Jesus Cristo. It's midnight, I don't know what to do. Okay, this whole thing just split in half. That was very stressful. Okay, repeat the same exact thing for the second layer, and let's try again when we get to the third one. That looks pretty heckin' good. Oh my goodness. So Christina Tosi in her video, Milk Bar founder, when she does her cake, her acetate stops like right exactly where this frosting stops. I could always cut this. I might do this next time. But I just made it nice and flat with my little spoon. And now it's time for decorating. I have to admit, my top layer of frosting looks so good. I can't wait to see these layers. Unfortunately, has to stay in the freezer for at least 3 hours, and seeing as it's already 12:20 a.m., we'll have to see you tomorrow. Good morning! It has been 12 hours resting and freezing in our freezer. And yes, I woke up like this. Slept in these clothes. Okay, let's move it on to a cake stand first. That worked pretty well. I think I'll keep the parchment on so it'll be easier to move if I want to. Ready for the great reveal? Dun 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 dun. It's so beautiful. Oh my gosh, okay. You can see all of our gorgeous layers. And let's get our plastic off. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That looks so good. Oh my goodness. The layers are beautiful. Oh, I'm so proud of this. Wow, this looks really great. Oh, I can't wait to eat it. This has been resting for about an hour at room temperature, so now it's soft and ready to cut. But before I do, I noticed that these layers of frosting look a lot prettier when it's frosting all the way around and you can't see that little crumb mixture that we sprinkled on the little sand. So this is the side that we'll cut. I'm a little nervous. Let's go. Oh yeah. Okay, the middle layer is a little frozen still. All right, let's see our cross section. Are y'all ready? Dun, 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 dun. How does it look? Oh, it's so beautiful. Is your side beautiful too? My side looks really good. Okay, I'm gonna set it down before I drop it. Oh, gorgeous. That is a tall cake. Oh my gosh. The crumbs are crunchy, super good. Look at the inside of this cake. Gorgeous. Let's go for it. Get it all in one bite. quintessential birthday cake. It's so good. I love the little crunchies, the little sand earlier that we made the crumb. It adds a really good crunch and a nice texture you don't often find in like just cakes. And the cake is really moist. It has a lot of flavor. The texture's really great. But honestly, I think my favorite parts are these little crunchies up here. I'm gonna grab one of these. It's so good. Thanks again for watching Chow with Chow. I hope you guys make it with me. And don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.